See these right here? Wafers. That's what I'm snacking on. So in the last couple of days, I've actually had some comments asking me about my bikers. I actually wanted to make this video for a long time, but just because I was so focused with my Payara, I didn't really have a chance to document these fish. So towards the beginning of my channel, I started off with a couple Karisons, a Jardini, and then after the Jardini, I picked up 4 baby bikers. I was actually documenting these bikers for quite some time, and I actually fell off on documenting them. I initially bought all 4 of them together at a relatively same size, but then I ended up separating my 2 Endlicheri and left my 2 laps outside. So any newcomer to the channel will just think that I have 2 laps, but in reality I have 2 more bikers, which is actually why we're filming inside. The 2 bikers, like I said, were moved into a bigger tank that was indoors, and this is actually the one that's behind me. This tank is relatively wider than the one I have outside, which gives them a lot of room to swim and grow and eat all they want. So in this tank, I've been expecting them to grow drastically. Their growth rate is great, and they have no issues inside this tank whatsoever. But the reason why my 2 Endlicheri are in here is because these 2 grew substantially faster than everybody else. Along with growing substantially faster, they were actually really territorial when it came to other bikers and any other fish that swam in its way. At night, I actually caught one of my Endlicheri trying to eat my Payara, which was already half of its size. It was just nipping at him. This was actually a tipping point for me to move these Endlicheri inside the house tank and out of the way for the Payara. As I enjoy the Payara a lot, I want this Payara to grow out, and at that point, I just wanted the Payara to be safe, and the Endlicheri also enjoy this tank too, so it's not too bad. The hell are you looking at, man? Get out of my frame, man! What the hell are you looking at, man? Get out of here. So the main reason why they're in here and not in my garage tank with my laps is because they were getting really aggressive with my laps. They're nipping tails, claiming territories, and I'm about to get more Karisons for the tank outside. More specifically, I'm going to get more expensive fish that I don't want these Endlicheri to chow down on. I do love these Endlicheri. This is the reason why I still have them here. I was really close to selling them, but then I kind of told the guy they were sold. They're not sold. I just didn't want to get rid of them. So now they're in here. They're doing great. They're chilling. No more attacking each other. Because before, the smaller Endlicheri was actually attacking the bigger Endlicheri, causing that Endlicheri to shoot all across the tank, and it was causing havoc outside in that garage tank. And in here, they don't really attack anybody. The only tank mates that they have is the Raft Cat, Silver Dollars, and that big Gourami. All the tank mates in here are very hardy, very quick, and they definitely can't be caught by the bikers. So I'm very confident that they'll live out a good life in here. Once they get a little too big, I'll most likely rehome them to one of my buddies. A lot of my buddies have huge tanks, and they'll definitely take them in, like they've taken my old fish as well. I've had a lot of old fish that outgrew my tanks. Ended up rehoming it to my buddy, and he just grows them out in this huge pond pool. So yeah, those are my 2 Endlicheri. I just want to give you guys a little bit of an update on how they've been and their growth rate and how they are now. As you can see, the 2 bikers are doing well. No more attacks, no more territorial behavior, no more fin nipping, no more bolting around, no more running into walls outside. Maybe one day we can reunite all 4 of the bikers together in one tank. It is highly unlikely just because these guys are growing super fast. Maybe, we'll see. Just depending on how fast the laps grow, maybe I can power feed them. But until then, I'll let the laps outside grow at a natural rate. I don't want to pressure them and power feed them to the point where they'll get sick. Will they get reunited? I'm not too sure, but at this point, everyone's just going to stay where they're at, and these guys are going to stay here. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. Peace, guys.